Drive by
All right,
eye.
all right then. And so we're back at Super Elite Castle, and it's roughly 11:30 at this point in time. Olivine has made her way into made her way has asked some of the servants to direct her to Bella's room. She is currently at the hallway right outside Bella's door. What does she do?
Alvine walks up to you and knocks on the door.
Ashi, you hear some rapping at the door.
Coming in a moment. I'll get it.
I was a little surprised to hear Ashi.
Open the door, and you see this. See Ashley giving you her childlike smile, but her eyes are darker and there are bags under them.
Alvine notices that you haven't slept, have you?
She just shakes her head with the smile still on her face.
So, how is she?
I don't know. She hasn't woken up yet.
Can I come in?
I just step out of the way and freaking point it in.
Okay. All right then. Now that I can describe this, Olivine, as you step in, you notice that this room is just filled to the brim with essentially a lot of what you can feel might be a whole lot of love. At the center of the room is a very large bed that should be fit for a queen, essentially. Let's see here. Beside the bed, you see the tabaxi the tabaxi apothecary flowering, just sitting on a chair beside it. Aster, the baby panther, is just lying down on the big bed as well. Ambrosia is lying on her front on the bed as well, and Chuckin's just sitting at the foot of the bed. Bella, however, you see her under the covers, and from what you can tell, her breathing isn't labored anymore. To the walls of each of the room of to each wall of the room, I can English because I can fucking read. At each wall, you see multiple different paintings. Most of them are of a lot of forests or gardens, multiple different flowers or animals. Sitting on the floor, sitting at the floor in multiple areas, are multiple different stuffed animals. Things like teddy bears, stuffed ponies, etc.
Olive just sort of smiles to herself, imagines this is very much what a little girl's room would look like. She even feels a bit envious.
Okay.
Because it's something that she never got to experience.
Okay. Now then. Also, Olivine, I want you to roll a strength save.
Is it a grapple effect?
No,
Hey, you never know.
I said specifically strength save.
Drastic.
Ugh, my modifier's garbage.
That's what happens when you also dump strength.
Oh, 16.
Okay, now I have to roll this. Oh. Oh. Okay. Well, that happens.
I'm
Alright
seeing
then.
where this is going.
Okay. As you let's see here. You close the door behind you, and the click of the doorknob causes Little Bell to actually stir.
Do I see this?
Yes, immediately.
Bella,
Bella, you're awake. Like Flowering begins tearing up and just like immediately hugs Bella, who is still like half asleep. I exist. Why does it feel like? Why does it feel like I got run over by a carriage?
it's a good thing that's all you're feeling now.
Hello, I'm in my room. Like, what happened?
Don't worry about it for now, Bella. For now, you should get your rest. Take it easy for now, okay?
I have to go. Noble
Go?
duties. Gotta help
They'll have to
Adelheid.
wait.
Let's see. She slowly sits up.
I am immediately honored to just help stabilize and not being forceful, just prevent her from straining too much.
Okay. Ashi, roll a con save.
Yep. There it is. 6.
As soon as you try to hold her down, you begin to notice that it's actually beginning to get a bit colder when you touch her.
Can I just power through it though?
Yep.
Good.
Ashi,
Don't strain yourself, Bella.
why are you so hot?
Oh, I'm sorry. Just kind of just lessen it to one hand. That better?
Why is it hot?
That's when Olivine approaches a bit more.
How hot is it? What do you feel?
She's just fanning herself. Like it's
She's
really
feeling
hot.
all of you.
I'm just because I don't know that I'm just putting my hand on her forehead. Do you have a fever?
It's hot. Please stop.
Immediately retract it.
That's actually why I'm here. Or at least partly. Olivine speaks up to Ashi.
Who are you?
Hello, my name is Olivine Azamoria Claremont, agent of House Dimdoria. I am an acquaintance of your friend here, who points to Ashi. And I came here to talk to a bit about how you're feeling, actually.
Can it wait?
This is important,
She just woke up.
which is exactly why I'm here.
Fine.
I'm going to assume that, based on you having just now woke up, that you're unaware of what happened to you. So, would you mind recalling the last thing that you remember? And we'll go from there.
I remember. I remember one of the servants making a scoop of ice cream for me. Then And I think it was strawberry. Um, then. Oh, wait. Um, right. Noble duty. Uh, uh, I was with Adelheid. We were talking with the weird guy.
The weird guy?
Yes, the fireman. Oh, that's right. His name is Sev, right? His name is Sev.
Aldevine
Right.
holds her hands out. Here, this might help. May I? And I like gesture my hand towards her head.
Okay.
And Aldevine rests her head on Bella's forehead.
Okay.
Is it less hot now?
It's weird. It's actually really pleasant.
What
I figured
exactly are
as
you
much.
doing?
Nothing. As you know, I radiate a sense of coldness. And from what Adelheid told me, is her affliction is a bit more stronger than I am. And as it may seem odd to you all, but she can probably feel the body heat of all of you around her. If it's that much greater than my own.
So you're saying
Particularly
she's like
you,
now.
being the inheritor of fire.
What are you saying, Olivin?
Well, as a consequence of what happened, which I'll get into here in a moment. But yeah, so that Sev person, you said he met with you. What did he do? And Olive will just hold her hand gently on her head for now while talking.
Something about. Ashi, you're okay.
I'm having an aggressive insight check on all of it just now.
Aggressively inside.
Yes.
Yep.
I'm
Inside with
aggressively staring at you.
May I?
Yep. Go ahead.
19.
Narratively appropriate.
Actually, never. Actually, technically, I have to roll again
Wait. Why? Why again?
because what level exhaustion?
Yeah.
The 19.
Yep. Still narratively appropriate.
Uh-huh.
Well, you're definitely able to glean that I'm being sincere. And you probably also notice that I feel a bit of pity towards Bella, maybe a bit of sadness even.
I'm just staring
Olivine
at you.
clearly knows something, but you're not sure what.
I'm just staring at you for about 3 seconds, and then I guess turns to words. Bella. Yeah, I'm okay now.
Yeah. Sev said that something bad happened to you and everyone else.
You lied to us. You lied to all of us.
She's tearing up a little bit.
Don't cry, Bella. Everything's okay now. You see?
Okay.
Everything's alright. Everyone's fine. And Sev's been taken care of.
Flowering, like tries to hold herself back. Yeah, we really took care of him. I even got a few shots in myself.
Big Sis has shown a lot of progress, you know.
See, even Aster's grown up a little bit, right? Oh, Big Sis. I just saw Aster before. She doesn't look that much bigger. Oh, she's bigger in heart. Aww.
It's a good thing she doesn't grab too fast, though. Petting Esther absentmindedly.
Chicken nappy. Chicken nappy. Miss Bella. He's okay.
All of that,
Chicken's dead,
Right.
Liz. After that happened.
yes, essentially what happened was Sev was actually not what he appeared to be. He was partially a fiend, a primordial fire fiend to be exact, and he betrayed all of you and got you to essentially attack the people where I'm from and why I'm here, which you'll learn more about later with your conversation with, I believe, Autohide, was it?
Yeah.
But yes. However, something else happened during this time.
Something else?
So you were mentioning Sev. Did he do something to you? Or did something happen?
I don't know.
So you don't remember.
She doesn't remember anything, clearly.
Right. Well, this may have come a bit of a surprise to you, but something happened to you where you changed. But that can go into later. But what is important is what happened because of this
I changed.
was there was a consequence. You soon did something with your power.
Like in my dream, I turned into this cool angel thingy.
Oh, a dream.
I
However,
was flying so high, it was so fun.
the problem here is that wasn't a dream. That is actually what happened. So from what you felt, what you remember, during what you believed this to be a dream, do you remember what happened? What was said? What was done?
Ashi,
Yeah?
does that mean when I grow up I'm gonna be really pretty?
All my chuckles. I imagine so,
Of course
yes.
she'll be. But hey, your book. It hasn't been weird lately.
Oh, my book. Right. She thrusts her hand forward. And the book immediately materializes. And now I need to roll something. Oh. Okay. The second she grabs her book, she immediately falls forward.
Going to catch her.
Roll a let's see. Roll acrobatics with advantage.
That will be a straight roll.
Hence why is that advantage? I mean, what? Is that
Well, Olivine's currently holding, so can I give a help action?
Go for it.
Considering I've got my hand on her forehead.
So that means you roll with advantage.
Keep by 1 plus 11.
GG.
Cool, 26.
Okay, you immediately catch her, and let's see here, and she lets go of the book. Once the book escapes her finger, escapes her grasp, it dematerializes.
Just gently put her back in her position. It's like,
Oh.
okay. And then immediately tracks so that I don't cause any more harm. Careful. You went under some serious strain. I'm guessing that you need to be careful how you use your magic, if at all, for the time being.
Well, I'm not sure what you did to allow it to happen, but you effectively transformed into that angel and assisted us in the fight against stopping Zev. However, it would appear that you using your power to that degree came at a price. A heavy, heavy price.
You know all about that one.
It has has a lot to do with how you're feeling right now, and why you feel so hot, and why my hand feels so comfortable. Because I have a similar affliction myself.
Affliction?
Tashi, would you mind telling her what happened to her? I don't feel it'd be appropriate for me to.
I fix another stare at Oliver for a couple moments.
What happened to me?
Well, and I just kind of bury my head in my hands for a second before it straighten up. From what I was able to gather before we came back, Adelheid he had noticed something off about Sev, and I challenged him on it, and as soon as that happened, he revealed his hand. It looks like a number of his infernal helpers had managed to blend in alongside us, and as soon as the charade was up, he started hurting everyone. For good.
For
And,
good?
taking their lives.
Um. Uh. Uh. uh who'd he take?
Many. Everyone.
She begins
And-
tearing up.
But don't worry, everything is fine now. We got some unexpected help. And everyone's back where they belong.
Okay.
The problem is that it's definitely a bit of a strain. You're the only person who's had something so difficult happen to them. But probably the one who's been affected the most.
I'm
You three.
fine, right?
I hope so. How do you feel?
Unfortunately,
You feel fine?
Huh? Unfortunately?
you're not fine. I mean, you will be fine, but something about you has changed. Something about you that's never go away. You've been afflicted with, I'm not entirely sure what it is myself, but essentially like a magical residue, a
Don't
side effect.
say it. Let me get to it.
Very well.
Magic what?
You, Bella, look at me. The three of you, Heidi, and Akenra, changed somehow while this is happening, and by some miracle, you became champions, defending the castle against Sev and his evil forces. But apparently that transformation was too much for all of you to handle. Aki was able to weather it, of course he is, but Heidi nearly died from it, and you didn't make it.
I didn't make it? What, what are you saying, Ashi? I'm right here.
Tasha just begins crying.
What?
Well, we
tried so hard.
believe that the magical exertion from the transformation of using your power with your body, I would assume, being so young, was too much for you to handle. And the cost of it was effectively your life force. When the transformation ended, we were left with you, but you weren't responsive.
Yeah. What? Like, what does that all mean?
You died, to be frank.
I can't be dead. I'm right here, right?
You're not dead anymore, and I'm still glaring straight at Oliver when I'm saying it.
You're fine now because a mutual friend of ours was able to use their power to bring you back to life. However, due to what had happened to you and the exertion that you used to use this power that you tapped into, the bringing you back, it came at a price. And that cost is what you're feeling right now. I imagine you can probably feel the heat of those around you, right? And in particular, Ashi.
So, um, so in order to bring me back, they made the world hotter?
No, actually, that's somewhat close, but it's in fact the opposite. It's made you colder.
What do you do to you?
And I have a similar affliction to your own. If anybody touches me, they notice that I feel much colder than the average person. And that's why my hand feels comfortable, because you're feeling the heat of the others, but the coolness of my hand kind of counters that out. And with that, Olivine removes her hand. I imagine you're starting to feel it again, the heat.
Isn't it
in
supposed to
the
be getting
point.
close to fall? Why is it so hot?
That's the effects
figured
of
this out.
the affliction that, unfortunately, you will be having to get used to from going on forward. Because as far as I'm aware, is not something that can be removed. But essentially what it is you've gained essentially an affinity to cold. You'll notice that you won't feel cold things as much. Winter won't be nearly as cold. Summer will be far hotter. Things that are hot will be very hot. Things that were once cold will be comfortable.
That's. She's kidding, right? Ashi? Right?
I wish I was kidding, but I'm being completely serious with you.
As said before, Ashi is full on crying while still glaring in Oliver's direction. She's like, there's a mixture of absolute rage and sadness really just exuding of her.
Why are you crying, Ashi? It's just a joke, right? Like,
You've
Listen, I-
been burned before, yes. Like you've accidentally burnt yourself, maybe in like tea or maybe cooking something, or maybe something that was hot brought to you.
mm-hmm.
This is something that I could try to explain to you again and again. However, this is something that I believe you have to feel to really grasp and understand what has happened to you. With that, Olivine reaches into her pack and retrieves essentially her tinderbox and a little kindling light stick. She fiddles with it for a moment, striking it a few times, and lights it. She holds it out forward a bit. I imagine you can feel this from here, right?
You notice her like just like trying to like bend away from it.
It feels particularly hot, doesn't it? Way more than it should, yes?
Mm-hmm.
I would imagine this feels like you're sitting next to a campfire. Like too close to it? Even this little match.
Is that a magical tinderbox?
No, it's frankly, a normal one. has been to the affliction that you've gained from being brought back. The price you paid is the affinity to cold, but also with that affinity to cold, you now have a weakness to fire, and you can feel it far greater than any other person can.
Are you trying to help?
Yes, you'll understand. However, what you notice there is Olivine's voice came within your mind. You heard it, but her mouth didn't move. And she then speaks again within your mind. This is something that she needs to see for herself and experience to understand just the seriousness of what happened to her. Because she's at a point where an accidental burn, an accident with fire could quite literally kill her.
Don't you play games? Of course, to defend her against that.
I am not playing games. I'm being absolutely serious. I would appreciate you to just keep quiet for this. She says that very sharply. And then Alwine holds out the flaming match towards her.
You know what this ambrosia just blowing at Bella, and you notice and you start noticing a pleasant breeze from her.
I give Ambrosia a tiny smile.
And then
Alright.
Olivine looks to Ambrosia and smiles and says, "Thank you."
Chuckin goes, and then whispers something to Ambrosia's ear. She replies something in a tongue that you think might be draconic from your past experiences.
Ambrosia, Lady Ambrosia says that's welcome.
Oh, that speaks Draconic. Could you ask her to do something for me?
What do you want her to do?
She appears to have some degree of ice magic, correct?
Yes.
Would she be able to perhaps summon some ice? Or something to that degree, something to show Bella that ice doesn't really affect her that much anymore. She'll notice how it feels will be very different. And thank you very much.
Okay. Yeah,
Let's see here. Ambrosia looks like she's listening intently. She puts out her palms and she blows into them. Ice particles begin forming, and you see what seems to be a gigantic snow crystal form.
Bella, take that from her. Notice how it feels.
She slowly reaches out to it and holds onto it.
How does it feel?
It feels like nothing. It's actually pretty nice.
So it doesn't feel particularly cold, does it?
Uh-uh.
I was afraid so.
So sorry, Bella.
Sorry?
Well, as I mentioned before, you have an affinity to cold, so ice won't bother you anymore. Cold may not even bother you at all. You'll be almost impervious to it to some degree. But that leaves the other side. And she holds up the part that she has burning, puts it forward to her, says, "Be brave."
As soon as you did that, though, or before you say "be brave," she quickly tries to scoot away from you. but then be brave. She looks at Ashi and Flowery.
I'm just. Yeah. Okay.
Right.
And Olivine says in Ashi's mind, let her do it. Let her touch it.
I'm remaining silent, but very unsure look.
Maybe it might hurt. It looks hot.
Reach forward and put out the fire with your hand.
Okay. Roll persuasion.
Oh, I wish I had inspiration. Oh, come on. 9.
Are you
Okay.
proficient with it?
No, she's not. Wait, she is.
Oh, wait, yeah. And actually,
She's
that's
15. That's
that's
15.
15.
Wow. Good job. AKA, she rolled poorly. She takes a deep breath. Okay. And begins to slowly reach out for it. She shakes with every inch that she gets that her hand reaches closer to it.
Olivine looks her in the eye. It's not. Be brave.
I can heal you.
You need to understand.
It's nothing, right? It's just a normal tinder twig. It's not hot at all. Okay. After a few moments, she finally attempts to snuff it. Ah! She immediately pulls her hand away. Ow! 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 Ow!
Emil just kind of one finger touch, not that part, but something else that would minimize gain contact. Because I'm able to see what's happening in Hand of Healing.
I'm going to guess that's probably the worst burn that you have ever felt in your life. And I'm really, really, really sorry to have done that to you.
Okay.
But I think maybe now you understand what I'm saying. Between your friend's ice and this, what has happened to you?
Hold on. Wait first.
Uh,
Wait first.
I will wait.
I'm trying
I will
to pull something up. It's gonna be a little bit. It probably would have been smarter of me to just to put it on the correct page, but it is what it is.
I will wait if it's necessary, but this would realistically happen very quickly. Just saying.
Yes, it would. Where does wait? It's where the fuck? It's not letting me. Excuse me. Excuse me. The fuck. Okay. You know what? I'll do it the other way. Okay, it's not even letting me. What?
Oh no, she burned to ash. She's gone.
Shit! Damn it! What the?
I didn't mean it to be that bad.
Wait, I'm trying to look through this, and it's not giving me an option for some reason. I've never seen that before.
Bizarre.
Okay, got it.
Control that.
Maybe if I go to the actual menu instead of right clicking, because normally I right click and it works.
What are you doing?
Just what are you doing?
Okay, there you go.
Her icon changed.
Sorry. There you go.
Oh.
I Ashi did heal her, right?
That's what I did.
She's just like holding her hand and applying a whole lot of pressure to it to numb the pain.
Again, I'm sorry for doing that, but as I mentioned, I think maybe now you understand what I was getting at about things being different for you going forward. As far as I'm aware that this affliction, there's no cure for it. There's no way to remove it. This is something you're going to have to live with the rest of your life. Just like I do. And with that, I'm going to take my hand and I'm going to hold her hand where she was burned. And gently hold
Before
it.
you would do that, I've just jumped across and I'm just reel my fist back.
Olivine looks towards you and just stands there.
You two stare intently into each other's eyes with a serious expression.
I'm gonna go on saying things like that.
It's the truth, as much as you don't want to hear it. She will now live with the same thing that I live with. But with her case, it's much worse, unfortunately.
Don't worry. I'll try to think of something. Right, Bella?
I imagine you'll be alright.
No, that was Flowering talking.
Oh.
Flowering's like, I'll think of something. I'll buy. We'll try to open up all the windows a whole lot more. You'll be fine. Or we can go to Nefertung. She'll think of something.
Well, I can't particularly do anything to stop it. I might have something for you that will make it a bit easier. With that, Olivine removes her ring of fire protection, takes it in her hand, and then grasps Bella's hand where she was burnt, places it in there and holds her hand against it.
What's this?
It's a ring of fire protection. It'll help you feel more comfortable with your surroundings on day to day. It'll also make it so that what you felt with fire, not only will it not hurt as much, but it won't hurt as more as ever it would before. It effectively makes it so fire is much, much, much weaker against you. I just wanted you to understand why you need to wear this ring at all times and never, ever take it off. Do you understand?
But, like, what about you?
I'll be fine. I've lived with this for several years now, without it. I only recently got that, honestly. But I believe it's more important for someone like you, who has the rest of their life ahead of you, to have it.
She looks down and begins tearing up again.
I'm still looking ready to punch her, but I'm just staying still.
You're a really nice person.
You'll get to live a life that I never did. And I want you to be able to enjoy that. So think of this as a gift from one girl that never got to experience her childhood to another that still can.
I dropped my fist.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Well, like I said, wear that and never take it off.
I will. What's your name again?
My name is Olivine, but you can call me Olive if you like.
Oliver. Oliver. You are such a numbskull for what you did this time, but thank you.
It's okay, Ashi. I'll be fine. I'm still a noble lady after all.
I merely
like
wanted
this.
her to really understand just what had happened to her and what she has to live with. It's one of those things that you can't just be told, you have to feel, you have to experience. And I didn't take no pleasure in doing that to her, but I think even you understand, yes, Bella? Why I did that.
It was scary.
And I'm sorry.
Doesn't make it okay. Understand it, I do. Yeah, of course.
Unfortunately, we have to do things often that we're not okay with, but we have to do them anyway.
And Olivine, I am the Lady Bella Monteches. I apologize for not being in the most dignified apparel.
You have nothing to apologize for. But it is a pleasure to meet you, Bella.
Likewise.
Well, I have some things I need to do before the duel, so I'll be on my way.
Duel?
Yes, a good friend of mine will be dueling a good friend of yours, I believe.
Ashi, who are you dueling with?
Not me, I think. I don't remember ever accepting any duels.
Oh, I don't believe you heard about it then. That would be, Justice is dueling Confidence here within probably any minute now, actually. So
Oh.
maybe what I have to do will have to wait.
Justice?
Okay.
What?
A friend of mine.
Did Confidence do something wrong?
No, but Justice might just have. She says with kind of like a smile. She made a mistake of dueling someone very strong.
Justice is
A
girl?
lot has
Yes.
happened since all that, and we have some more friends at the castle now.
Oh.
So
Oh.
You'll be seeing a lot more of myself and a few others. I'll introduce you to them later.
Let's see here. And she began, and she actually like her face turns to a proper smile again. All right then. I'm going to have to go get ready and freshen up. Okay. I'll be the
just
proper
be
lady
careful,
again.
Bella. Be careful, Bella. You just woke up.
I'll be fine. I feel like
Take Chuckin with you, okay?
I'll speak with you all later.
Before you go, I'm following you out the door.
All of I gonna get smacked.
This is where I close the door carefully behind me. Hey,
Yes?
I really don't know how to make my mind up about you. You helped her.
I felt obligated to. Had I taken action sooner, this might not have happened.
You're right. It might not have. If we'd known what you'd known. If we could have come here before we lost her.
Yes, so I feel partly responsible for what has happened to her, and I know what she'll have to deal with, and at the very least I could do was to make it a bit easier for her. I lived with years without that ring, without any protection from fire, but her, I don't want her to experience what I had to go through as I learned, and had to get careful.
So, you're saying you were like her. If I held my hands at you, if I hit you,
Olivine silently holds out her hand.
I could kill you.
Very
Yeah.
easily. Very easily.
And you gave away that ring.
Take my hand.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Gingerly take it.
You notice that it is extremely cold. Not
soon
as
as I
cold
do-
as Bella, but close.
As soon as that happens, I retract. You're okay, right?
Yes, I'm fine. Touching you is quite hot, but not quite like Adelheid. I actually held his hand last night, and it burned me.
I see.
So she'll have to be careful around him for a while she gets used to that. But that's also partly why I gave her a ring, because from what I've heard from whispers and musings from the servants and those around, that she's also a noble, so she'll likely be working with Adelheid. And I believe with what I felt from Adelheid, it would be impossible for her to be anywhere near him without some sort of protection against fire. But like this, she should be fine, just casually. But even then, I wouldn't recommend her to ever touch him, because the burn that I suffered with that ring, mind you, hurt pretty badly. And for that to happen with her, I imagine it'd be much worse, with her infliction being greater than my own. So you might want to warn her about that later, not to touch Adelheid.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to do that. At least for now. It just feels like all we're doing is losing.
Not every battle has to be won to win the war. And considering that we're all still very much alive, I'd say that we should be grateful for what we have, considering that the castle was infiltrated.
I guess you're right.
So, all in all, I think that Silverleaf Castle came out very lucky. What could have been an absolute massacre. So don't beat yourself up.
You know, when I was talking about criminals, I mean, I don't know much about where you're from, so I can hardly judge you for that, but I do know that it gets so easy to get sucked up. Quinn mentioned something about that. Something like hunting monsters can make you something like a monster yourself. Once you learn their ways, once you learn makes them tick. But
yes, although there's something that my house says that we all and each and every one of us take to heart.
And what's that?
Which is that those who fight monsters should take care that they themselves do not become monsters. For when you gaze long into the abyss gazes long into you.
It's got to be a reason why they have that motto.
Yes, it is important not to become what it is we fight.
And I'm guessing it's definitely happened before, but you're okay most days.
Well, I don't mean to tread on you and upset you any, but this is just something I felt I had to do to help her. For her to understand. I meant no harm by it or disrespect, so I apologize that I yelled at you. be it although I didn't quite yell at you. And with that, she says this without saying anything verbally, that I yelled at you through your mind. It's something that
You
I
told
have.
a young girl to touch a flame. What do you think would happen?
I knew exactly what would happen. And that's why I asked her to do it. She had to feel, to understand just how serious this is, and just how easily fire can kill her. Granted, I didn't need to say that much, but I believe she understood that through implication.
I understand why you did it. Doesn't mean I like it. And if you do something like that again, I really will punch you.
I only do what I feel is necessary, nothing more, nothing less.
That brings me to another question.
Feel free to ask me anything you like. I won't hold anything from you, because I imagine you do have some questions for me. I will be truthful with you.
Something's in particular that's been bugging me for, well, ever since we met and you recognized me. How much do you know about all of this? How much do you know about the heroes, their swords, and why do you know it?
As I've mentioned before, but perhaps I should elaborate a bit more. House Dimdoria isn't an organization that hunts down extraplanar creatures that hide amongst men with nefarious intents. Essentially those who go out and prey upon others, just like Sev, and just like that Rakshasa that we fight. Those are who we hunt, who we kill, who we stop. Them and only them. We don't interact with people in the affairs of others.
How do you know they're not interconnected ever?
We're very good at what we do because it is what we do. Somebody has to fight these creatures. They cannot have their way. So when we hunt someone, we analyze them for several days, make absolutely 100% certain that it is indeed an extraplanar creature. If there's any doubt whatsoever, we back away. And that's why you might hear that House Timdoria has been involved with several murders, and there's a lot of rumors around us. But I assure you that those that we kill, they were not people ever to begin with.
Would I know anything
It
about
just
that?
merely looks that way.
What was that, Emmy?
Would I know anything about that? Those rumors?
The rumors of
Murders.
House of Doria?
House Timdoria being involved in murders.
Alright then, I need you to roll history.
Of course.
Dang it, I keep forgetting.
Well, at least it's not a nat 1.
Okay. Right then, I need you to... Okay, now this one, I need you to make another straight intelligence roll real quick. Better.
Nice.
You know what? It's the same modifier. I say history, you roll poorly. I say intelligence roll, you roll well.
Exactly! You know how the curse works. Fucking weirdo.
You never say history.
The thing is, though, I said that without thinking about it. Okay, but anyway. Let's see here. Thinking about what you've heard in the underworld for the most part. You actually recall back to when you were a child, when you were an orphan, before you were taken by the monastery. About how an organization like that was fostered and brought and essentially created by a noble was out and murdering people.
Yeah, I've heard something about that.
You see, to the average person, it looks like we do in fact kill people. Because these fiends, these fae, vampires, they're so adept at hiding amongst people that it looks like we just murder the average everyday person, but in reality, what we killed was a monster. And that's very hard to explain to people, especially those that are under the influence of their magic, spells, manipulation, brainwashing. So rather than try to explain the situation, we just snuff it out.
I'd imagine. That certainly doesn't sound comforting.
So, while it may not get us the best reputation, what matters is that a creature that are harming many other innocent people is no longer in this plane of existence. And that's what is most important. So do not believe the rumors of what you hear, because I assure you our targets are very much evil.
So how did you come by the knowledge of legends that long lost and...
I've explained this to your friend Quinn just last night, actually, but House Dimdoria, our agents work in pairs. We have one that's essentially an investigator, and one that's an assassin, one that gathers information on the mark, one that eliminates the mark. I work in the information side of the team, and Catherine is effectively my dagger. I find the target, learn what I can about it, and then when I'm absolutely certain that we are dealing with such a creature, I send her in to eliminate it with all the information that I've gathered. I actually had a brush-in with Quinn in the past that I only recently learned about.
a brush-in?
Yes, unfortunately we had a mark that was once his friend. A fiend had possessed it. In fact, that time mage that we fought, I encountered that exact same fiend 7 years ago, and it was possessing one of his friends. And I don't know, has he told you about his past at all? His friends that he had to deal with?
Only a little bit in a very tense situation. I only remember bits and pieces of it.
Well, I'd probably best leave the details to him, but what happened was a fiend possessed him, his friend, I mean, and we were forced to attempt to eliminate it. However, this fiend, as we saw, is still very alive and well. It was so powerful that it completely fooled me, and it overwhelmed my partner Catherine, and used her to deliver that book to someone else.
A book. A book.
Yes. The
Hold
fiend.
on. Hold on. Azu.
Hmm?
There's something wrong with your audio.
Yeah.
Hello?
Okay.
Yeah, it's
Okay,
good
you're
now.
fine
but-
now.
Yeah, it's getting better now. That was weird.
Oh, I bumped my microphone. Sorry.
Yeah, that's what you're doing because it's basically creating. It's making your voice sound muffled and distant occasionally.
Okay, go ahead.
But yes. So that fiend that we encountered, it's actually, I know exactly what it is. It is actually. Have you heard of the legend of Viblios and the
I see.
hero that banished it?
Okay, this one roll either Arcana or History.
I'm going with the obvious. That is not. This is Arcana. Nah, that's better.
Arcana.
You know what? For the fuck of it, roll History because fun. Oh, History's better this time. Good job. We're taking the lower
Because
one.
it doesn't-
Hilarious.
So I assume she knows exactly what I'm talking about.
All right then, Biblios. You don't really know too much about this, but you have heard of little legends of old and and essentially and lore. Talking about how the hero what was that? About a hero sealing a monster or demon in a book. And the creature went by the name of Biblios.
Some hero that sealed fiend in a book by the name of Biblios. Or the fiend was called
Yes.
Biblios, something like that.
Yes,
I don't know.
that is exactly what we're dealing with here with Isadina. That book is the demon, Biblios. And that's what it uses its hosts as puppets to further its own will.
I see.
And I've recently learned just how to destroy it. We need to put flame to the book, burn it, eliminate it. And I believe that's something you're quite good at. So the next time that we should encounter that creature, don't bother with its puppet. Focus your fire straight on the book and
I'll try
burn
my
it
best.
from this realm forever.
I'll try my best. Maybe we can bring Edina back.
It's quite possible that we still can. Because I don't know if she's destroyed her mind yet. But judging us of what I saw from Catherine, that those who are taken and possessed by them are still quite fine after the fact. So we still might be able to save her if we destroyed the book.
Hope so. I wanna give Bella her family back. She already lost so much.
So maybe we can do one more thing for her then the next time that we encounter. That we can save her. Save someone important to her, that is.
That doesn't fully answer my question, though.
Sorry, what was your question?
The swords.
Oh, yes.
It's so-
The reason I explained all this is because one of the tasks I've been given by my master, the head of the house, is to effectively catalog the locations of the 10 legendary swords. Because there are currently imposters roaming about, like claiming to be heroes of legend that are looking for the weapons as well. Or in some cases, might even possess them. And so my master has tasked me to find each weapon and catalog to decide if it's either in safe hands or if it's not, to report back into as effectively organized to have the weapon retrieved into safekeeping. But as we see with you and your weapon, clearly it's in good hands. If I'm not mistaken, another is here by the Kenran, I believe it was.
Yeah.
And we'll be searching for another one here shortly. So that is why I know about these things, and why I was able to deduce that you are in fact the inheritor of fire. You know, deducing and finding out things is it's sort of what I do.
So it's your job to find all these artifacts of legend, but that's funny. A while back, when I got these powers, when I inherited this title, something spoke to me.
What happened?
Shortly, I don't quite remember the order of events. It's been a while and so much happened, but I heard a voice. And it said, Ashi, collect the swords to prevent calamity. This is the mission of each legendary soul. Bear the soul of the phoenix, Ashi, and save the world.
I'm not surprised. I only really began to accept the fact that, given what I've experienced now and in my past, what I've seen, where I'm going, what I'm doing, I believe that stopping this demon, this Biblios, is effectively my destiny. It holds something, I believe. And it seems to be that, much like you're the inheritor of fire, it would appear that I am the inheritor of time. As crazy as that sounds for me to say, all roads point to this.
A lot of this is crazy.
So we'll likely be working together a lot in the future, because I still have my task, you have yours, and it appears to be that a task is one and the same, so...
That's what I thought. But it's strange. You're saying that your house got word that a bunch of wannabes were running around trying to pass themselves off as legendary heroes and looking for these things, but why would they do that in the first place? And
I have no idea. I tried to probe Dammer for more information, which I believe, from what your reactions were, you've interacted with him a number of times before, or at least previously. You see, I've known him for almost 40 years now. He's been closely interacted with my organization. So I'm quite used to his antics, and frankly, I'm about just as annoyed with them as you all are, but I at the same time know that he is under his own limitations and refuses to. Not necessarily refuses, but cannot talk about some things. Others, you have to pry information out of him.
did you say that he was involved with your house or something?
Yes, and he's actually not a fiend. I'm quite certain he's actually a fae, a greater fae, possibly even an archfae. He's just pretending to be a merchant he's pretending to be a fiend that's pretending to be a merchant, or at least that's what it appears to be.
You know, that's a lot more concerning.
Yes, but at the same time, he has helped us with removing countless fiends, vampires, and such. So I imagine he's furthering some sort of agenda of his own, but I can't really speak too much of his intent, but considering recently learning that he appears to be a fae, that puts my mind a bit more at ease than he just simply being a fiend. But I have no idea his motivations. But he is why we are all here, actually. He orchestrated us all meeting together like this. He said that all of the inheritors are here except for one. I'm not sure whom is whom which. I have a few ideas of who's what, but we might want to try to figure that out later to get an idea of just exactly whom is what and
I've been
what
thinking
their
about that
paths
for a
connect.
while. I've been thinking about that for a while, actually. There's some ideas.
Well, I
You're
believe
definitely
again,
going to be of great use to us in that end.
yes. So if by chance you happen to have any information in regards to any of the heroes of old, where any weapons might be, I might be able to help with insight in that as well. Because, like I said, this is what I was tasked to do, what to find. That is what I do best, is investigate, find things.
You're going to want to talk to my friend Mara. She is the one who's been helping the most with figuring
Mara?
out this book. Yeah, you've probably seen
I'm
her.
not familiar with Mara.
You know, purple skin.
Oh, Margarita.
Yes.
I actually plan to speak with her later. That's useful to know.
She know the most about this. She had a book on this thing that she helped decode.
Interesting. I might be able to lend some help with that.
I think it's best if we all gather together and discuss things.
Yes, I learned a lot of things last night in regards to what I just told you, and a few others, which I believe bears repeating once all the others are around. So later this evening, we should probably collect the others and speak about what I learned, what we're up against, and just what is going on, so everyone's on the same page. Maybe try to just find out who is the inheritor of which element. Because I imagine there's probably ways to find out.
This all confirms everything that all of this has been moving toward, at least from what it seemed like. So,
Emmy, you're cutting
For
out
now.
a little bit.
like I said, all of this seems to confirm what everything was moving towards since we got back. We're all connected somehow. I don't know what you would things you found out, but I always had this feeling.
Feeling? What feeling?
Us coming here. we're meant to discover something.
There's something here,
Yes. I feel like
but what?
I don't know.
There's a reason that all of us are here. It's no coincidence that Dammer orchestrated all of us to meet here in this castle. I believe that this castle holds a secret that we have yet to understand.
Yeah, that's what I think as well. His little speech also confirms all of us pieces. How we fit in is something that we still need to look into.
Yes,
All of us are important somehow.
Yes, I'll speak with Margarita later after the duel and see what I can gather from her. And when we meet later, I'll speak of what we found.
You should.
But yes, so if you could, after duel, perhaps gather your friends and let them know that we need to discuss some things. And I'll gather those that I know. We'll meet up this evening. Perhaps
Sure.
after dinner.
Sure. That's no problem.
Well, I imagine the duel will be happening soon, and I really don't want to miss that. My friend's
Yeah.
about to learn a very valuable lesson.
Before you go though, I'm gonna count on you.
Yes?
We're gonna have to work together, so please, no more secrets.
As I said, I've never attempted to keep anything from you so much as you've just never asked the right questions.
Gonna be that kind of person. Alright. If something is important for us to know, maybe you should consider letting us have that.
Very well.
Anyway, I'll be seeing you. I'll come
Yes.
watch something later.
I'm
Take care.
sorry for hurting your friend like that and such, but like I said, I believe it's just me doing what I believe had to be done for her to understand. I meant no harm or no ill will. Quite the opposite, actually. I very much envy that little girl. I wish that I had a childhood with friends all around me for me to experience that. But I was an orphan. I was left at my house, and I was raised to be what I am. This is the life that I've only known. So, do me a favor and keep her happy. Let her enjoy her childhood self a bit as well.
I guess from more alike than I thought.
I may
Anyway,
have done it once, but I am very much alive.
anyway, you go enjoy your duel. I'll keep Ella company a little bit more. Make sure she knows what to avoid. I'll be
Yes.
seeing you.
Okay. A
Yes.
few moments later, or a few seconds after that, the door opens. Bella like opens the door like while everyone else is like flowering is telling her to not go out just yet.
Hey, Bella.
I was
Why are
like,
you in such a hurry?
oh,
Hello.
you guys are still here?
Yes, we were
Sorry,
just talking.
we got caught up in the chat.
You all noticed that that Bella is in a proper noble attire.
You look quite lovely, young Bella.
Oh, look at you.
Like, I think this is always so pretty. I wonder what Adelheid thinks.
I'm moving in to start cupping her cheeks, but I stopped myself. Wait, how do you feel about the room now?
It actually feels okay.
And then I go for it.
Twisting my cheeks.
No.
I imagine it's much better now, isn't it?
No, this is uncomfortable.
And I'll stop cupping.
I'm sorry, but I can't help you with that. You'll have to deal with that on your own.
Knowing you can play, at least you can touch other people again.
Yeah.
You gotta give me diabetes this way.
That's adorable.
My
You're
diabetes is getting worse.
I'm gonna need to call Walter Bromley or whatever his name was.
Diabetes.
Uh, yeah. So, I guess we'll get to meet our new friends.
Yeah.
I
Looks like
imagine
they're-
most of them will be out there. Considering that's one of us that'll be fighting, I
Okay.
can introduce you to them all after the duel. I
Mhm.
imagine they'd love to meet you, a noble lady.
Of course, I'm like the proud and powerful and very ladylike Lady
Totally.
Hawkins.
Totally.
Yes, I imagine so. Shall we then?
Of course. Ashi, look.
Yeah?
Flowering gave me this parasol.
That's cute on you.
I look really dignified with it, I think.
Very. I say as I just ruffle her hair.
I just fixed that.
More fun for me. Fix it again.
Oliver just laughs at the scene.
No, we have double diabetes.
Triple at this rate. With all the diabetes.
With that being said, we're all gonna take a break again.
And for
Wait, hold on. Okay, go ahead. Go again.
I said, for the sake of brevity, I've off-screen told her about Adelheid.
Okay.
Yeah,
gotcha.
essentially what I told her.
Yep. Okay, gotcha. Just need to catch up.
Don't
with her
touch him, he burns.